You ready for this?
Yes.
All right. The dudes are back for another episode of the Fortress of SoliDudes podcast.
Yeah. Episode 2.
My name is Aloha Nick,
And this is J Rye LA.
and today we're going to talk about a real special topic: Coachella 2018.
Coachella 2018 just recently finished, and we had the pleasure of hitting that festival together
Yeah,
again.
again.
Yeah.
You're probably asking yourself, why did these guys wait weeks till afterwards? Well, to be honest, my brain is starting to work finally, and after all the
Well,
stuff
we've
coming
been
back to
busy
LA,
too. Let's also keep it real. We've been hella busy.
yeah.
We do have full-time jobs and other shit to do too.
I'm just saying, being in the sun and having a few beers, that could take a lot out of you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So overall, scale of 10. What do you rate Coachella 2018?
Oh man,
Got to give it a number.
it's a nine,
It's a
nine,
9.
nine or a 10. I mean, it's the best event of the year for me. It changes every year, so it's hard to really put up against other Coachellas or past experiences. But for me, it's my favorite weekend. My girlfriend and I wait all year for it. My friends and I, Jason and I, planned the next one after 2017 on the last day.
Absolutely.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's freaking great. So, I mean, for me, I feel this year was just slightly less for me than 2017. So I'm going to give this year an 8.
An eight.
But it's still my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, it's still my favorite. And there's so many other great festivals coming, but Coachella, it's the granddaddy. It's the big dog.
It is.
2 weeks of the same lineup back to back. I don't think anyone else does that.
No,
Not to my knowledge.
I don't think so.
Nobody else has the nuts to do that. Like, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, Coachella is its own beast. It's in Southern California. It's the first major festival of the festival season. It kicks off in April every year. I think the rules are just so lax here, and the weather's so good. It's the best. I mean,
It's definitely the best, and I think that like it's grown enough of its name that people love it, and it's just this mystique that if you haven't been, it's like oh, what is that, right? But
right.
people who have been, it's like either swear by it or you also get the defectors who now are upset because it's too big and it's too commercial and it's not what it used to be, and everybody sounds like a grumpy old man.
Not
when
my
they talk like
Coachella.
that. Exactly. That's hashtag not my Coachella. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Okay, but what made 2018 so great for you? I mean, I already know. But
Well, I mean, let's pump the brakes a bit.
okay.
Coachella, what makes Coachella so special for me as a place? I've been going for, this is my 8th year. I mean, I've been going since 2010. I took 1 year off.
Stop bragging.
It's not even. It's something I love, and it's like when people are here for opening day or the first day of the track for the horse races. For me, that is the first day for festival season. It's the best. I wait all year for it. It's the best experience. I can tell you, the first time I went, it was like in Pinocchio when when those kids are going to Pleasure Island, they're having
Right.
beers and they go on roller coasters and smoking cigars and they all turn into jackasses and donkeys. That is Coachella.
Yeah. Well, it can be Coachella. Absolutely. I mean, that's well, and again, that's also why you develop the festival lawn gnomes, which is just genius. And we've got pictures of that on our Instagram at Fortress of Solitudes. If you haven't seen that, please check it out
It's
because Nick's a genius. So explain to everybody one more time what that is.
Festival lawn gnomes. It's just seeing people wasted on the floor. It could be due to just being tired, being drunk, or on some substance. But I started seeing so many people at nighttime, especially. You're walking over dead bodies. That I started taking photos and wanted to document it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, the thing that I like about the Festival Omnums is, again, we're doing it in good fun. But in reality, when you're at Coachella, there are so many staff walking around making sure those people are okay.
Oh,
There
absolutely.
is no like laying down and you be like dead and nobody would know. Like the security and the people, they are always checking like, hey, are you
Totally.
okay? Are you okay? You need water? You okay? Which I think is so commendable. Like, it's not
It
just like,
is. Especially since
come
you're,
to Pleasure Island, be a jackass on our property, and we don't care. No, it's not like that at all. It's really good.
yeah. I mean, everyone. I mean, unless you're there by yourself, you're on a buddy system. So there's your friend is looking after you. Someone is looking after you. I mean, the most part, people started getting drunk and everyone's looking after each other.
Right.
It was,
Excellent point.
but Coachella 2018 was an amazing year. We rented a house with a huge group of people,
That's true.
and to be honest, when the lineup came out, wasn't that excited. There wasn't so many people that pulled me, but what pulls me to Coachella every year is just the vibe and knowing what kind of people are going to be there, knowing you're going to see the best stuff.
Well, we both did that, and I posted on it as soon as they did the lineup, and I changed the graphic to say Blowchella because I didn't like the rock offerings, I didn't like the
Yeah.
indie rock offerings, which is that's more my speed.
Hmm.
But of course we were still gonna go.
Yeah, but we both bought a ticket in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, of course we're still going. We could sit there and bitch about it, but of course we're still going. Like
Yeah.
it's the shit.
I mean, it's fun. It's the best. I mean, day one for me was a huge day for me. Jamiroquai was going to be playing. Uh, Sore subject. The weekend was there.
That's a sore subject for both of us.
It was just a huge day, and it was on a Friday, so we had to go out. Jason, what were a couple of your day one highlights?
Day one highlights. Okay, well, wait a minute. What did we do? Like, okay, now I feel like I'm on quiz time here. Okay, so wait, we got there. We were there in plenty of time because we got there Thursday.
Oh, we got there Thursday
and
night.
then Friday we got in like midday. Who did we see on Friday? I didn't see Weekend because again I had to go meet somebody. So I missed Jamiroquai, I missed Weekend, but wait, who did we see?
I guess Jason was in the no fucking section that night.
Anyway, yeah, no comment. This is now public domain, so just
I think
click.
Day one for us was actually more about just exploring the grounds. I don't even yeah, we saw a few artists, but it was more about getting there early, getting a lay of the land, checking out the merch booth.
Yeah, we went
seeing
right,
what the big changes were.
we went right to the merch. And then I mean it was so cool that we went right to the merch, and we also went to the art. Like the art installations were freaking great.
Yeah, it was an amazing year for the art. It was crazy. Got a good lay of the land, got some crazy food. I mean, the first day I saw someone eating a churro ice cream combination. Unless you're at Disneyland, don't really see that in the wild.
The coolest thing that I liked there and was they had like vegan ice cream from someplace in LA. But what was really amazing about it is that like they had all these flavors and all these toppings and stuff that were all healthy, but you never would have known.
No,
Like they didn't over health it, and it was freaking delicious. It was
mean,
so good.
that is just insane that you have those options. But like,
It was what? It was like $18 for the scoop of
Yeah.
ice cream.
and then you have the other people who are just eating dirt in the other corner because they're so screwed up. But
Yeah, exactly.
day one though for me it was frolicking around the grounds with Jason, and then honestly I got to see Weekend. That was amazing. He brought Kendrick out and totally shut down the main stage.
I-
SZA honestly was the undercard of the day. She was amazing. That was so much fun.
Well, that's again, and I'm looking back now again, trying to remember, and so I missed basically everybody I wanted to see that day because we were just on another planet. I missed St. Vincent, I missed Jamiroquai, I missed The Weeknd, I missed War on Drugs. Like, who the hell did I see? This is like now
Another
feel
one that
really-
was
I feel really weird.
Huge
Black
thing that
coffee.
we got to is Black Coffee.
Black
Are you
coffee.
kidding?
That's what we were doing.
It was amazing.
Duh.
He killed it. That stage, the Mojave stage that night was insane. But he really started it off in it. He went around Sunset and set it off. Daft Punk for days, dance music. It was literally one of those situations where he started spinning and you could see people just rushing towards the tent to fill it up. It was awesome.
Absolutely. And they were rushing behind us
Oh, yeah.
because
that's
we
true.
were in front.
Yep, that's true. Our good buddy David Perez was holding it down on the front gate, and we spotted him and just made friends.
Absolutely. That's David Perez, our buddy from Mad Fanatics, another great podcast you guys got to check out. Yeah,
Collabo.
absolutely. Okay, and you know what's interesting too is that Black Coffee, if I remember correctly, I saw Black Coffee at Sound
Oh, shoot.
not too long ago. Maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah, like just re-experiencing.
How
him
was it
amazing.
seeing him, at a nightclub in LA compared to seeing him at Coachella?
honestly, I like Coachella better because I love sound, but sound like it's so tight and busy and there's so much other noise going on that I don't
Sure.
I feel like their sound used to be better, and then they moved where the DJ is now, and I feel like I feel like the sound doesn't work, like it did before. So and
Talk about a clever name, Sound.
yeah, yeah. Hashtag your sound is failing. But anyway, maybe I don't know. Maybe they've improved it again. It's been a second since I've been there. But
Yeah, so Black Coffee and the weekend for me were my day one highlights. And just seeing the thotties for days. So many girls in jean shorts. Like, I don't even know if there's enough denim left after that festival.
the thing about Coachella, regardless of the music, and the fun, is absolutely it's the sights. I mean, people look amazing, right? Because it's like a lot of people don't even know what the hell's going on, but it's just an Instagram
It's
photo
like
shoot every five
Halloween.
seconds.
Dress up.
Every time you turn, you're in someone's shot
Yeah,
because that's what everyone's doing.
straight up.
I the data system of Indio, aka Palm Springs, California, must have a meltdown these 2 weekends.
I couldn't
Like the
imagine.
whole city melts down. The cars can't get there fast enough. The Uber's messed up. The phone systems are messed up. It's like
Yeah, but that's their annual revenue is that in stagecoach.
no question. But I'm just illustrating that, like, truly the city shuts down.
Yeah.
Coachella truly shuts down the city.
Shuts it down. I
Yeah.
mean, day one was insane. Okay, this is the insane part about day one. Everyone was hyped. The weekend closed. Kendrick was there. Leaving the festival, a nightmare. Yes, they had Ubers. Yes, they had a shuttle system. Didn't matter. 3.5 hour wait to get out of there. We called it quits and ended up walking about a mile and getting a ride. We flagged down a high schooler and she ended up taking us home in her mom's minivan.
You know what? You got to make do. You got to figure it out. And the other big highlight of night one is how much we loved Black Coffee, and how another person, like in a in a satellite of our group, like totally ambushed themselves, shit talking it.
Yeah, she was definitely trying to flirt with my boy Jason over here and starts the conversation of, so who is your favorite? And, she starts talking and she goes, well, definitely not Black Coffee. He sucked. Everything he was playing was terrible. And then looked up at us and goes, so who was your favorite? Black Coffee? I guess I'll go fuck off right now.
Poor thing. She didn't have a chance. But
A swing and a miss.
yeah. It was awkward for half a second. But all right, let's talk about night 2 and 3 too.
Oh my gosh. Day two.
Day 2 was really fun. David Byrne was great. Alt J was great. I really liked how David Byrne was like actually riding a bicycle through the festival, and
Holy
people,
smokes.
yeah, before his set, and just like figuring out what Coachella was about. And I thought that was so dope. I didn't see it myself, but I saw it on other people's feeds.
Was he on the road to nowhere?
We're on the road to nowhere. Oh,
Too
God.
easy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that is cool. And again, it's one of the points of why I think Coachella is so great, is because it's such a, there's so many people that had no idea who David Byrne is. And yet there were so many people that don't know who Black Coffee is, but it doesn't matter because it's all about music exploration and finding out all sorts of new things.
It's about learning and finding new bands. Like, you might be disappointed. And I think that Coachella gets really judged by their headliners. The top 3 build every day. But honestly, the last few lines of it, the daily lineup are where it's at. Go explore, bump into new people, find out who a new band is. You might be pumped.
Yeah, absolutely. What else did you love about day 2?
Okay. Day 2 was the reason why I went to Coachella, the reason why I was stoked. We got there early, and it was probably the best back-to-back on the main stage for the whole weekend. We get there, and it was Chic and Nile Rodgers.
Yep.
Unbelievable. We freaked out. He played all of his hits. They did so many of his covers for songs that he's produced, and it was amazing. There was barely anybody there. It was at 3 p.m., and, most people were still drunk from the day before, and young kids do not know who Chic is. So we walked right to the front, danced all day, and it was incredible. They played a little bit of Daft Punk. They did a bunch of stuff. They didn't bring anyone out, but just seeing Nile Rodgers up there still moving, that was amazing. And then after that, what were My dudes, the Funk Lords, Chromeo.
Right.
Major shout out to Chromeo. Best show of the whole weekend for me. Seeing both those guys go on back to back was like a dream come true.
It's so fun.
Uh,
Chromeo is such a fun show, and then again, I thought it was really smart of putting him back to back with Chic, because it was just like like the two shows kind of vibe together a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was great placement. I thought they were gonna actually bill them against each other, and I was gonna be pissed, but they blessed us, the Coachella gods.
Always happens where some level of something is overlapped, and it's like you have to make
Absolutely.
choices, and it's tough.
That was amazing. I also want to give a shout out. I ran into an old high school friend, Bobby. What up, Bobby? This guy was a character. He was wearing duck feet the whole weekend, rubber duck feet with no shoes. Put that in your head.
And he had his own portable dance floor.
Portable
How
dance
could
floor.
you forget that?
Oh shit!
That's
How did I forget, Bobby?
he folds out his portable dance floor and then just starts rocking it, man. It's great.
Yep,
It was
Bobby.
fun. Yeah.
And then I also have another buddy who pulled a MacGyver, hopped the fence, said he was with Post Malone's team, and hung out with him for 2 days. Did not have a ticket. You will be unknown because I don't want to get you in trouble, but we love you. You know who you are. Just gonna have some Vegemite later, mate.
Yeah, that didn't give it away.
Give it away now. But day two, those two guys were my highlights for that day. Honestly, I left early. Did not get to see Beyonce.
We did see Beyonce.
Oh yeah, on a 10-inch Mac in our living room.
Yeah, back at the house. We watched it on the feed.
I mean, the traffic the day before and the Uber situation scared me. That as soon as I forgot who the second, I think it was Haim who played. As soon as they were done, we got out of there. It was Tyler the Creator, then Haim, and we booked it.
My last one that night, I think, was Alt J. Yeah, and then I left right after that. Because didn't you guys? Who did you guys go see while I was at Alt J?
We finished at the main stage, and we saw Tyler the Creator and
Okay, that must
Haim
that
or
must have been
Haim,
it.
depending on who you're with. Whatever, they killed it. That was fun.
You're right.
But day two was amazing. I kind of conserved my energy. Went too hard during the day during Chromeo and Chic. So it was an early day for us.
And we'll get to on a future episode. We'll explain what went too hard during the day, man. We'll get to that later. So day 3, Sunday,
The final
grand
day.
finale of Coachella 2018.
Man, that was a rocky one. Half our group did not want to go in. And I believe it was only 4 of us. It
Oh.
was Jason, myself, Brandy, and Erica. Shout out to Brandy and Erica.
That's right.
We were the
Our
only ones who
designated
wanted to go.
drivers at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, we were on a good one. Jason and I actually decided to wear matching outfits. We were Team Yeti that day, representing.
Absolutely.
And for us, walking in day 3 right away, I could just tell it was a shit show. Trash everywhere. So many drunk white college kids, like sloppy drunk. It's the last day. They got to get their mom's money's worth, you know?
Their mom's money's worth.
But yeah, just walking over dead bodies and trying to catch all the art. There were lines all weekend for the 2 main art installations. One of
Right.
them was a 7-story building that wrapped around and had different color paneling. So it was trippy, bro.
The Spectra.
The
We
Spectra.
took a lot of pictures in there. That was
So that was the
was
first.
fun.
That was the first stop we did, and we got in real easy. And the walk was amazing. Going up there, seeing a 360 view of the grounds was insane.
Yeah, and then they had the sound from the main stage like in
Yep.
there. So it's like you'd be up on the top of this looking out, and every window is like a different shade of the rainbow. So it's like they're like all custom window pane filters, if you will.
Hmm.
And you take pictures in front of that. You could hear the show. But the best part to me was standing up there watching all the people like ants flooding this direction.
This was
Oh
amazing.
my God, Cardi B! And
See-
then there's like 20,000 people funneling over that way. Like
That was
It's
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah, they did not tell anybody that the main stage sound was hooked up to this art installation. So as we're going in, we're just hearing a DJ because no one was on at the time. But as soon as Jason and I get to the very top, we're taking photos, whatever. Cardi B comes on the main stage, and we're looking in on it from 7 stories, so 70 feet up at least, looking in, and it was hordes of white kids in thoughty jean shorts, twisty braids, running to go over there and see Cardi B, get a glimpse.
yeah.
And you know what? That was one of the best sets, to be honest.
But you know what?
Short and sweet, and people were loving it. She got such an ovation. I saw so many kids in her merch.
Well, Cardi is so freaking hot right now, and Coachella got her for cheap, back when they booked it, because she's so much hotter now
So
than
hot
she
right
was.
now.
But I'm glad that she was still on the main stage because she commanded that crowd for sure.
Yeah, especially with like the couple weeks leading up to it, she was doing some stuff in LA, promoting around. She's pregnant. That news came out. So I feel like she was getting a lot of shit talked on her, and for her to come up like that and put 30 minutes of energy and not sit down for a second, and it was literally balls to the walls for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
People were hyped, and then her that will go on forever. That's one of those things for Sunday that people talked about for sure.
absolutely. And then, I mean, besides Cardi, you also had Migos that day. You had Miguel. You had, and of course, the closer, Eminem.
Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Was that show from Some Shady? Was that show from 2018 or 2003?
Oh man. Eminem, I love you. I grew up on you. You're in my top 5 for sure. But honestly,
However,
the music was great. But when I looked up and saw you, I thought for sure you were Fatboy Slim. I got him so confused, but the music was great. I mean, his image is what it is. The music is angry. The backdrop on it was a prison yard. Like
right.
it just,
It was
people
like a
are there
Walking
to have a
Dead
good
prison
time.
yard
Yeah,
set,
people are
yeah.
there to have a good time, and you're here talking about killing your mom and shit. I thought it was fun, but not my Coachella.
Well, M is the only person that I have in my office that I actually have like a plaque of. Well, that's not true, but the old school, music plaques. When you sell a certain amount of albums, they make platinum record plaques. So that type of a plaque, that's the only plaque I have in my office is Eminem. I love Eminem, but same thing. I was like, dude, you're just here for the check. It was not an inventive show. It was not anything different that I could have seen any time before.
Mm-hmm.
I was really disappointed, and he brought out. And again, this is my career. This is my genre.
Yeah.
And like, he brought out 50. He brought out Dre, and I'm like, those are your business partners. Like that was like mandatory attendance. Like, where was Rihanna? Where was somebody else? Like,
My favorite part was Rihanna was in the back, definitely doing drugs, and they could have just yanked her off the couch, but they're like, "No, we got it."
allegedly.
But the girl they had up there was amazing. The female, I forget her name.
It was Baby Rexha.
That's
wasn't
it. I was just
Yeah.
looking at her butt. I couldn't look at her face. I was like, oh my gosh. But you know what? 50 Cent and Dr. Dre were my two highlights. Seeing 50 out there doing his thing and playing songs from 2001, then everyone was shaking their ass. Love it.
Again, the crowd loved it. So in theory, I look at it from this way too, as I'm saying, like, well, who cares if we didn't love it? He won because he did 2 weeks in a row. He's the only person that commanded to not be on the live stream. And then it was jam packed for him. So I'm like, so even if we complain and say like, oh, well, the show wasn't inventive or whatever, it was still full. So he still won.
There is something to be said about closing the main stage on Sunday. They close out the other stages. There's only, I think, maybe one other stage that's going against main stage. So to have that closing Coachella, I think he's on a short list of rappers to close Coachella. I think Dr. Dre and Snoop did one year.
Well, and Kendrick
did the year before.
Kendrick last year.
And Kanye West, I believe, in 2011 or 12. But beyond that, there hasn't been very many rappers. So to be on that list and be a white rapper to close out Coachella, benchmark still.
Well,
so
yeah,
come on.
the white rapper.
Yeah.
But that's 2 years in a row. And so, maybe it won't be 3, but maybe it will, because I mean, hip hop is the hottest genre there is.
It is. And honestly, it's the easiest to put up there and put out a show. I mean, a rock band, it's a lot of money to get all those instruments. For him to go out there and do his thing.
Well, that's why they
especially
didn't have
since
any
he's
this
sober.
Year.
No,
not they didn't have any, but they hardly had any rock this year.
It's just too hard to do, and they're not going to go out of their way to. I mean, there is a lot of rock bands. You just have to know where to look and where to go. It's not going to be the hugest band, but there are a bunch of young rock bands, especially from Los Angeles this year. They really dominated that scene.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
But what was your favorite set for the whole weekend? Like, what really knocked your socks off? What was something that you were jizzing over?
Black Coffee was fantastic. Perfect Circle was great. Alt J I saw a bit of and was good. I mean, those were my tops. I mean,
Yeah.
Miguel I've seen a bunch of times, but he still was great. I mean, he really like performs his ass off.
I
So
felt
I mean,
bad for him this year, you know. They put him on the outdoor stage, which was going against I forget who's on the main stage. I think it was some DJ, Odessa maybe.
yeah, I think you're right.
And the sound was so
It was
loud there.
bleeding.
We
Bad.
walked to the very far right, and we could still barely hear him. And you know, he's having a huge year. He's got the new record that's killing it.
Yeah,
And then he also won a Grammy and an Oscar for Coco. Thought it was a little disrespectful.
yeah, it
Put some
was.
respect on his name.
Yeah, put some respect on it. You know, but he still did well. And again,
Yeah,
he didn't know what the audience experience was,
sure.
which was good. So I mean, he was still doing his thing. But those are my favorites. What about your absolute favorite? If you had to narrow it down to two,
My easy. It's the back-to-back combo. Nile Rodgers, Chic,
okay,
Chromeo. Like
yeah,
it was so funky. It was so much fun. It was in the middle of the day. Like no one wants to be in the sun in the main stage at 3 o'clock. It was packed. It was amazing. Seeing my boys up there.
right.
Chromeo for life. Chromeo. Oh,
Mm,
that's my shit.
all right.
What was your favorite? You know, we explored the merch booth as well. What was your favorite piece of merch, artist merch from the weekend?
Well, I got a few. I think that the merch was okay. I mean, like I have a hoodie, which is awesome, and I have the T-shirt from Perfect Circle, which I really like. It's a really intricate piece of art on it. We'll show it one of these days, um, but I don't know for the amount of
Hmm.
for selection A plus. There were so many different items, great, but ones that actually mattered to me, and I got two. So I mean, that's two out of what 400 items that were on that wall.
And
Like
those were
it was a
yours.
lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was amazing. I checked out the merch booth every single day because hoping that they would update with new shirts
They
for
did.
whatever artist, and they did. And you kind of have to be on it there at Coachella. They're not really advertising it. I give major props to my girlfriend Ashley. She is the biggest merch freak in the world, so I try to actually look out for her every day. She actually came up harder than I did. But for me, I got this amazing Jamiroquai shirt on the first day from my boy Jay Wright. Ha!
Yeah, you had to have that shirt.
It's
It was all you.
the best shirt, and it's probably the closest I'll ever get to seeing him since I left to see him or see the weekend instead of him. I know.
Still a sore subject.
I know.
I see it in your face.
I know. But the shirt is amazing, and I'm psyched. And you know what? I get to live through my boy David Perez's photos, so shout out to you.
Absolutely.
What are your overall thoughts on Coachella? Is it something that you're just as excited for as you were last year for? Is it something you have to go to again?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a have to. Because it is LA's festival and it is the best. I mean, I have not been to anything that has beat it yet.
No.
So, absolutely I'm going to go again.
Yeah.
So I don't need to see the lineup yet because it's going to have enough that I'm going to be happy. And even if I didn't like every single person, which is not possible,
Hmm.
but even if I didn't, like, I'm going to be there for the art, the food, the friends, and I'm going to have fun. Like it's an experience.
See, and this is where you're nailing it on the head right now. That is where Coachella wins. It's not about the lineup. It's about creating a culture and an atmosphere for people to go to. You're describing a place. It's like the same reason why people go to Hawaii. It's beautiful, the beaches, the sand.
Right.
That's Coachella. And this is where they win, and you're seeing other festivals right now lose. It's because they are creating that. It's not about chasing a lineup. All these assholes are going to play 4 or 5 festivals and do their personal tour throughout the year.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why, again, I as you know, Angelino's like, yeah, this is our show, and oh, by the way, it just happens to be the best one in the country.
Yep.
Like, so of course I'm going again.
I mean, in this, you know what? I'm totally going to go. I'm a lifer. I took 1 year off and for personal reasons, and I still think about it every fucking weekend, and I'll never let that happen again.
Yeah.
I'm almost a Coachella Jedi, a few years away. I think once you break the 10-year mark, you get that Jedi power.
Well, we'll make sure.
Trying to do that this year, guys. Really,
We'll do an episode on
really
that,
set on
and
that.
we'll make a custom shirt.
But, segue into that is like, I need to make a special announcement, guys. We forgot to do this last week, and I'm not going to let that happen again. I want to present you guys with the very first SoliDude of the week.
Yes, please.
And my SoliDude nomination for this week goes to the people of FYF for canceling FYF for 2018.
Wait. How do you win an award for canceling a festival? What are you talking about?
You see, you might be asking yourself the same question, but honestly, they saved themselves. Seeing that tickets weren't selling, putting out a subpar lineup and atmosphere, that is why I'm giving him the
Nick,
SoliDude of the week.
Nick, they put out a subpar lineup.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. It was so weak. We were killing it.
Yeah.
We were killing the lineup for weeks because I just was like, is this a joke?
Well, for them, they need a dynamite lineup every single year because, again, FYF, yes, they have decent music. Yes, it's a music festival that's local. It makes it easy for people in Southern California. But where they lose is where the festival is located. USC is a great campus, but being over there for a festival, sitting on the asphalt all day, you're not creating anything. You're basically giving me an empty parking lot and saying, "Hey, we're having a festival, and Tito's is sponsoring it."
Okay, I only agree with you half on that. I love that as a venue. And again, let me tell you why. I'm very proud of Southern California. And I love that ground. So again, we've been to two different festivals there together. We've been to FYF in 2017 and also Air and Style. Now, they're both very different festivals, but as a venue, I love it because it's close, it's easy. You get there on the train, you get there on Ubers. There's 100 different ways to get there as opposed to Coachella, right? There's grass, there's tree, that whole disco area in the back where you they called it the forest, even where they're playing music and stuff.
Yeah, they called it the forest because the rest of the land is fucking asphalt.
Okay, but there's plenty of places to hide out. And there's plenty of places to chill. I love FYF as a venue. I would not denigrate it by saying it's
How
just
many
a
people from
parking
out of
lot.
town are rushing to go to that festival
I
because of
don't
where it's
care.
located?
I don't care. That's not my point.
Yeah,
My
and
point
either the
is,
people from FYF, and that's why it got canceled this year.
No, it got canceled this year because the year before they had frickin' Nine Inch Nails, they had Bjork, they excuse me, they had God damn it, A Tribe Called Quest. They had great performances,
Sure.
and it was full, and people loved it.
Did it sell out? No.
Okay, but it did very well. It was very healthy, and they were on their way.
It did so well that this year they had a shitty lineup and canceled.
But that's not. No, it's because they changed their booker. Their booker got into personal trouble, and they switched it to somebody else who didn't know what they were doing. So I don't blame that.
But the booker is also the creator, and that's what we're talking about, the culture. If you remove the person that makes that festival cool and all the punk rock and rock elements, hard rock elements that brought it, and then you go with Janet Jackson and Florence and the Machine, you lose what you're building.
Now we're agreeing. I'm agreeing with that. But I'm not agreeing that FYF was already flawed.
It is flawed.
Year. Not last year it wasn't flawed.
I'm just saying, you talked about why Coachella wins. You don't even need to see the lineup and you're buying your ticket.
Well, Coachella's on year 20, though, also. So
This is 10 years for FYF.
You've got that. And also, Coachella can fit 80,000 people.
But that's expanding.
This can't,
their business is expanding. That's why they do that.
Right.
FYF is getting smaller. They boomed when the festival thing was huge, and there's so many festivals right now. What is the draw to sell out? And especially since the majority of the people in LA who would actually buy a ticket to Coachella or another venue, they get free tickets to FYF.
Well, enough about us.
Just saying.
But you're right. But I don't know. I still hold an optimistic bone for somebody to get it right at that venue because I like the venue. I like what FYF did last year. Somebody could figure it out.
What they're going to need if they're going to rebuild, I mean, the brand is huge. FYF is a name. It is going to bring people. But what I'm saying is you need to create a culture and an atmosphere. It's got to be some kind of storytelling to bring people there. There's got to be something. Red Rock has the Red Rocks.
Yes.
Coachella has the polo fields.
Right.
Sasquatch.
In Coachella.
You know what I mean? Sasquatch is at an amazing venue. You're at the Gorge. So that is like why people are going. Why are people from out of town who are not from Southern California, what do they know about USC or that land? When they come there, they're thinking, "Oh, I'm off this freeway. There's nothing here."
Well, LA,
I'm just saying. I've brought out of towners and like, this is where it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, LA doesn't have a space like that. Even Arroyo
Right.
Seco, right? I mean, it's in the trees behind the Rose Bowl. It's like they don't. LA does not have. There's no more open land.
No,
so
you're right.
You can't do that. So that's why I call Coachella LA's best festival, even though technically it's not. LA County, but
And
it still counts.
once upon a time ago, too, FYF and stuff was something that was put against Coachella for people who weren't going out to the desert. And I think now putting out a separate weekend and whatnot kind of kills it. Having the locals who are having FOMO about not being there and had it as a local event, I think really brought a lot of people.
Right. Excellent point.
So I'm still backing them as my SoliDudes of the week. FYF, good on you.
I didn't get it at first, but now I understand.
Get your stuff together for next year. Wow us. Everyone in LA wants something new. Really do something. Think about it. Curate something.
Amen. And we will be there.
Oh, we know we'll be there.
we will be there and enjoy it. Hopefully enjoy it, but cover it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a great venue, and there are good elements. Or I have seen great bands, but for the masses, I don't know.
Right.
But this is Jay Wright.
This is Jay Wright. We're changing roles now. Yeah, and this is Aloha Nick. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for checking out the Dudes for episode 2. Make sure to go to our Instagram.
At Fortress of SoliDudes on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook.
Like that shit.
Of course, YouTube. And the dudes will be talking to you again real soon.
And we're out.